Well, here we are, Coffee with Tommy, the new segment here on the Big Sports Breakfast. Tommy Berry is riding tomorrow, Youngstar, the lightweight in the field. Tom, how's preparations going? How are you feeling with the horse at the moment?
Yeah, no, look, she's been really good. She's had a nice prep leading into tomorrow's run. I think Chris has kept her on the fresh side. Most of her runs have been at shorter trips, and then she stepped out to the St. Leger last start where she was a bit unlucky. But you look outside and the rain's coming down, and that's really going to suit us on the day.
And she hasn't gone up in weight. She ran sixth in the Cup last year, but she's still 52 kilos, so that must give you plenty of confidence as well. You're not riding a horse with plenty of weight.
No, exactly. You know, lightweights have a great chance in the Cup, and she's a year older, but she's beat the handicapper a bit there. But you know, Chris is very good at preparing his horses and getting him there right on the day, and he's done a good job getting in there with 52 on the back. And you know, the stars look like they're starting to align. We drew a good barrier in 9. The rain's starting to come down, which she won the Oaks on a heavy track, and you know, she's everything points to her heading in the right direction.
Speaking of preparation, we'll get to yours very shortly, but the Cup itself, I know it's every jockey's dream to do it. We were speaking to Darren Beedman the other day, and he talked about putting posters of jockeys and horses up on his wall. Has it been the same for you? Has this been a lifelong dream for you to win the Melbourne Cup?
Yeah, it has. I think I dreamt about winning the Melbourne Cup before I even thought about being a jockey. You know, whether it was to train a horse or ride it or own it one day. It's a race that you know, when leading into this week, you get friends texting you and calling you from school that you haven't heard from for years. You know, so that says a lot about the race itself.
What's the key? Not so much to winning, but to ride a good Melbourne Cup race. I mean, because you can, I suppose, blow it right from the start when you jump out of the barriers. Is that the key part you look for, is to get away out of the gates, get your horse in a good position and just see what happens from there?
Yeah, I think the position's obviously most important, but then obviously getting your horse into a nice rhythm and to relax. It's not a 1,200 metre race. If they pull over 3,200, your chances are done. So I've spoken to a lot of good jockeys over the years and that have won a lot of Melbourne Cups, whether it's Oliver or Boss, and you ask them what won them the race, and it was I had my horse in a good position and they were a happy horse. You know, they were relaxed, and until I asked them to improve from the half mile, they did no work early. So from the gate, as I said, I should be able to get a nice run in the race. I've just got to get it to relax for me and save it for the last half mile, and should be in the finish.
As we mentioned, we are on Cup Eve. Tell us about your preparation, what you've done already today, and what tomorrow morning's going to look like, knowing that you have 6 other rides besides Youngstar.
Yeah, I got in earlier this morning, but I missed the Melbourne Cup parade just to you know, I usually go for a nice long walk for a couple of hours, which I've already done that. I had a little bit of a nap, and then I've come down here and do this, and then I'll get a massage. And because you've got all the oil on you after a massage, you're feeling good, jump in the bath for an hour and have a good sweat. So I'll lose the last sort of 1/2 to 3/4 of a kilo tomorrow, because that's just a routine, and do my form before I go to bed tonight. So to be honest with you, with every single race I'm riding in tomorrow, I haven't done any form yet. I usually leave that till Friday night, otherwise you start thinking about it earlier in the week, what you're going to do. So if I leave it tonight, it's fresh in my mind for tomorrow, and we're ready to go.
Race day prep, do you try and stay relaxed, or do you get hyped up like on big race days like the Melbourne Cup?
Yeah, I do. You wake up in the morning and you got that feeling about you, especially there's something about Melbourne. You know, I love Sydney, it's my home, but springtime in Melbourne, even going from the airport to here, you get this buzz inside you and this feeling in your heart that it's that time of year, you know. And Melbourne Cup's just one of those races. You wake up, and if I was riding 49, I'd probably still feel the same way. You're just pumped and ready to go.
Tell us about Pierato. Let's go backwards to the Golden Eagle and run in the Red Zell. Just amazing finish, a little bit closer this time around, and everything worked out.
Yeah, a small consolation for the Everest, where we were a bit unlucky there. Not that I think we could have won the race, but we definitely would have probably run a place if everything went our way. But drawing 12 was better than 1 the other day in the Red Zell, and he's just a war horse. You know, I was able to sit wide on him and ride him like the best horse in the race, and be confident that he was going to get the job done for me, and he did that.
Well, I was confident that you were going to get the job done because Dave Stanley, he wasn't tipping Pierato. He was tipping another horse in the race. That's when I knew. That's when I knew that you were going to win.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. He's got no idea, that bloke. I actually, he's asked me to do the show yesterday, and I said, as long as Dave Stanley ain't coming along, I'm happy to do anything for you. So, good to see you, Stanner.
Well, you know what? He actually believes that Youngstar, and we said, don't say it, don't say it, don't say it, and he never went through with it. So fingers crossed, Tom.
Oh, well, we'll see. Whatever will be, will be. Great to be a part of the day, and hopefully the sun's out tomorrow and we get a bit of luck.
Sun's out, heavy track, and Youngstar wins. It's a glory. Thanks for joining us, Tommy.
Anytime, guys. Thanks for having me on the show.